We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard. Mayfield on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The first carry now, this is Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mayfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
First carry for Nick Chubb, about 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on second down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Third and 2, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, they're working on it for a little bit. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On second down, Jackson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big run there by Johnson. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Mayfield over the middle, complete. That's Porter. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and shot. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Handoff comes to Chubb. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Jackson got his target, Samuel. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A run for Nick Chubb. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, It has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. First down, Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Detroit.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Now let's go. 3:19.
And again, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb, 91 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Gone! We got three, fellas. We got three. Detroit!
Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And his throw is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Detroit!
Now Jackson back into his end zone. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Now Landry. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Mayfield down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play that time out of Chubb. 54 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Mayfield looks to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Looking left side, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And let's not take for granted, in these conditions, that's never an easy pass and catch.
You really got to find a way to drive the ball. You know, get your grip. You know, that's why we see some of the guys now, they'll put the gloves on when they throw the ball in this type of a condition. Sometimes the glove might make it too slippery. So you've got to figure out what's going to work for you. But how about the receivers? Looking back and trying to locate the ball coming through snow and making sure they have full concentration.
On second down, Hyde. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. From the gun, Mayfield. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw, Mayfield. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Room here to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogba in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And give him a gain of 37.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tucker now to add the point after. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Watch it now, Barney.
They start the drive with Hyde. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Ravens on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. On the ground, it's Chubb. Shifts by him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They run again with Jackson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Play fake. Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Porter. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
All right, here we go.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So
Guys, we all watched the film from yesterday, and I hope everyone knows it wasn't good enough. Today's practice has got to be...
Hurry up, here we go! Blue line it! Here we go now! Green!
All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Set! Blue line it! Hurry up, here we go! Green! Hurry up, here we go! Blue line it! Now let's go! Blue line it! Set! Blue line it! Blue line! Now let's go! Hurry up, here we go! Blue line it! All right, here we go! Blue line it! Blue line it! Set! 319! 319! Set! 319! 319! Hot! All right, here we go. 319! Hot! right, here we go. 319. Set. Green 39. Here we go now. 319. Now let's go. Green 39. Green. Now let's go. 319. All right, here we go. 319. Hot. Now let's go. Blue 90. Now let's go. 319. Hot. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Here we go now. Blue 90. Here we go now. 319. 319. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. All right, here we go. 319. 319. Hot. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green. Hot. Hot.